Well, good Monday morning, everyone, and thank you again for tuning in to Inspiration for Today. Boy, do we have a special week for you. As you can see, I have a guest, and that guest's name is Erin Riddle. And Erin is our newest on-staff member at Saddleback Laguna Woods. I hope you have met her already at church. But if not, well, you're going to right now. So, so Aaron, so great. Thanks for taking the time to come on.
You're welcome. My
Yeah,
pleasure.
no, it's good. And by the way, this is right off the top. It's so fun for me because Aaron is one of the best friends of my daughter Holly. And Holly, by the way, Holly's been on the show probably five or more times. And from Germany, by the way. So this aspect and format is not new, but how long you known Holly? Which is off the subject a little bit, but
Well, we were pregnant together pretty much. So about 19 years ago. Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
So
We
anyway,
we
just
were in our first small group together. Yeah.
oh, I didn't know that.
First
First one.
couple small group. Yeah.
Wow, wow. Well, Aaron, tell me first of all, what's your new role now?
Well, I am the campus experience pastor at Laguna Woods, and that is really could mean a lot of things.
Yeah, I was going to ask you. And by the way, for those of you who are really watching carefully, you might remember that I stepped down so Jim could be campus pastor, and I was excited about that. And then I was this role that Aaron has now. I was at for a couple of months, and I couldn't be happier to turn it over to somebody who actually knows what they're doing. I felt like I never grasped it, but you. Well, at least I think you're doing great.
it's
Tell us
it's
about
always
it.
evolving, right? It's always evolving.
Because that word, experienced pastor, what are your responsibilities?
Definitely creating an inviting experience to have people coming from the street into the seat. And what does that experience look like? What are they seeing as they're walking into the campus? Greeters, right? Like volunteers. I help the volunteer teams, just making sure that everybody's a well-oiled machine and greeting and ushering and hospitality. And planning, of course, I love planning. So planning events, making the big church feel small, offering community opportunities, that kind of thing.
Maybe you all have noticed the much better signage we are enjoying it at Clubhouse 5 with those, what do you call those, flags or something?
Feather, the feather,
Feather. That's the appropriate name, huh?
feather flags. Yes, they're very happy, aren't they?
They're good because now most people that live in Laguna Woods, they know where Clubhouse 5 is, but not everyone. And so on Sundays, there's a lot more of those flags out to show them to come. And then you developed or brought those really giant signs also.
Yeah, those pop-up walls, kind of is what they're called. Yeah,
Oh, we've had
pop-up.
some issues. We're still trying to figure that out, everyone, a
Yes.
little
The
bit, but
weather, the weather has not been my friend lately over there.
the wind is an issue. But boy,
Yeah.
Aaron, I just really like them. It's so good. And so what's within you've been at Saddleback itself for a few years now.
Saddleback, I have been since 91. So I grew
Oh,
up in Saddleback. We moved from Huntington Beach and landed in Trabuco Canyon. And of course, nobody knew what Trabuco Canyon was back then. El Toro was a tiny little two-lane street. And Yeah, I think we got a flyer or something about Saddleback Church, and that's when it was in Trabuco Hills gym. And we started attending. Yeah. So I mean, I was a junior high student. Yeah.
No kidding. You actually attended JHM.
JHM. I don't even know what was called back then. Maybe it was called JHM.
I don't either.
Um, but yeah, or West Side. Wild Side. Wild Side. That's what it was called.
That's right. Hey, so when did you, well, obviously then you went to college somewhere and
Went to Concordia.
okay.
Mhm. Went to Concordia.
Wow. Ah,
So I haven't really left my circle, right? It's been South Orange County for a long time.
so when did you come on staff?
So staff has been 7.5 years. I served though in Saddleback Kids, gosh, ever since my oldest, who's 18, Rylan, she wanted to serve and she was 9 years old, and you had to have a parent. You couldn't serve by yourself.
Oh, yeah,
So I
yeah,
told my husband, Tim, I said, well, we both have to get badged because we're going to have to take turns. Like, I don't want to serve every weekend. So that was kind of how I got in the door of like, well, my daughter wants to,
yeah.
I play better,
Hey,
and here
I
we go.
served here a couple years prior to coming on staff myself as small group
Yeah.
leader. But so you did that. So, but when you were hired to do what?
So then I served and I was under John Caputo. He's the children's pastor, and I just needed a little part-time job. And this was, well, 7.5 years ago. And so I was just starting to talk to him about positions, and he says, "Oh, apply for this one." And it was kids small groups, and it was leading missions and kids small groups. And I said, "Oh, I don't know. That's full time, and I have a little 5-year-old, and I didn't I didn't know if I wanted to go back
Yeah,
full time."
it's a big
Well,
choice. Yeah.
God obviously made that decision, and it was, I mean, it has been the best decision. So everything's moved really quickly. I mean, I applied, it happened, and everybody, when I went through the process, they're like, wow, this never goes this fast.
Well,
So,
it's no wonder then you started to get close to Holly because I mean, although she wasn't there necessarily at the same time as you, but Holly's background was running kids small groups,
yep.
which is the weekday program, everyone, at Saddleback, not Sunday school on the weekends. Along came the opportunity, because I know you'd always been praying about being the experienced pastor in Laguna Woods, correct? Pretty
No.
much. But you
I
do like seniors, right?
Well, so yes. So when the opportunity presented itself, and I had been doing kids small groups for, I mean, it was like 8 seasons. So I was definitely looking for something different, something new. Didn't know what though. And God presented it, and I was like, oh my gosh. Well, I worked at Palmia, the other 55 and older community in Mission Viejo when I was 18.
Wow.
And I ran all their events. And so it's kind of full circle for me. It's kind of funny. Yeah. But
We
I love it.
I know it. Well, we have a great person in that position here because everyone knows I live in the towers now. And we have to end this pretty soon because today, the day we're filming, I have to go out and be at the mariachi band soon. That's how hard I work here. But anyway, so Jim asked you if you would prayerfully consider it, and here you are.
And here I am.
I love it.
Here I
I love
am.
it. We're going to do a couple of days with Erin because I really want you to get to know her well and feel comfortable at talking to her on Sunday. And so please say hi to her you can always find her at the hub or around the coffee. Those are the two biggest parts. But anyway, hey, so we'll be back here tomorrow to talk more about how she came to Christ. So we'll see you then.